You know that feeling. Your business growth feels, well, less like a smooth climb and more like you're just getting hit with a million different tips and tricks.
Yeah, totally overwhelming. It's easy to get lost.
Exactly. And that's why we're here. Welcome to the deep dive.
Uh-huh.
We basically take a whole bunch of sources today. It's insights from various talks, presentations, including some really sharp takes from Alex Hormozi, and we boil it all down.
Yep, distill it to what actually matters for you.
Consider this your fast track to getting genuinely informed, but, without the brain melt from information overload.
Precisely. So today we're really plunging into the core strategies for business success and, well, growth.
Expansion, yeah.
We've sifted through a ton of material to bring you the stuff that's potent, practical. Doesn't matter if you're deep in tech or just starting your journey.
Our mission really is just to cut through all that noise, all the fluff, and zero in on what fundamentally drives a business forward.
Okay, let's jump in then.
Right. So one thing that just keeps popping up is the incredible power of focus, like real concentration.
It's not about doing 50 things okay.
No, it's about nailing down that one critical thing, the objective that could unlock, massive growth.
Think of it like the core engine of your business,
Sure.
right? What's the one part that, if you massively upgrade it, lifts everything else?
And what's really interesting is this idea of discretionary effort.
Ah, yes.
The really successful leaders, according to these sources, they pour their extra energy, that discretionary bit, into that single priority, the one that gives like an order of magnitude leap.
It's not about tiny steps everywhere. It's about finding that one huge lever and pulling it hard.
Yeah.
It's about getting that extra bit of commitment, that fire from your top people when they're really bought in and, frankly, paid well for it.
Yeah.
Focused on that one thing.
And to make room for that big yes, you got to be pretty brutal with the no's.
Yeah, ruthless.
There's this great razor analogy. You just systematically cut away as much as possible from a system, a department, whatever.
The thinking being, you can always add stuff back if you really have to, but starting lean forces that tough prioritization.
Right. So the question for you listening is, what's non-essential right now? What's splitting your focus?
Applying that razor could free up so much resource, so much headspace.
Think about, say, a marketing team juggling 5 social platforms, none really killing it.
Yeah.
Maybe the razor means focusing hard on the 1 or 2 that actually work and only bringing others back if the data screams for it.
So once you've got that laser focus, where do you point it? Well, a huge theme is understanding and really valuing your customers, especially cultivating what they call permanent customers.
It goes way beyond just the first sale, doesn't it? It's about building relationships that last.
And if you link that to the bigger picture, like long-term business value, it's shifting from just transactions to, relationships.
The sources talk about this big head, long tail idea.
Differentiating the one-time value, like the initial
Yeah.
training or the basic tools you provide.
Right, the big head. Exactly. Versus the ongoing value community, regular calls, resources they keep using. That's the long tail.
And that difference really shapes a smart pricing strategy.
It does. The idea is a higher price upfront for that permanent foundational value.
Get them set up properly.
Yeah. And then a lower recurring cost for the ongoing stuff, the consumables. It makes the initial offer stickier and massively boosts retention.
There's a good example with Gym Launch, right? They apparently figured out that keeping customers long-term, even if it meant tweaking initial prices, was way more profitable.
More sustainable than just grabbing cash up front and watching people leave quickly.
Which leads straight into creating what they call a crazy valued price discrepancy.
Love that term.
Basically making the value so ridiculously obvious that leaving just doesn't make sense.
And then what happens? Those super happy customers become your best marketers. They just rave about you.
Makes everything else easier. Sales, organic growth. Yeah. It just flows.
Okay, so this flows nicely into the next big point.
Yeah.
Picking your market. The sources are really emphatic about this. More important than the offer itself.
That's what they argue, yeah. The market you choose is actually more critical than how amazing your product is.
You could have the best invention ever, but if you're selling it to people who don't care or can't buy,
it's going to fail. Simple as that. Even with loyal customers, if the whole market's shrinking, your potential is capped. So, let's talk market selection.
Okay, so 4 key signs of a good market seem to be consistently mentioned.
Lay them out.
1, the audience has a real pain point. 2, they've got the money, the purchasing power to fix it.
Crucial.
3, they're easy to actually find and target. And 4, The whole market is growing, not dying.
Right. The example they use is pretty stark.
Hmm.
Think toilet paper during COVID versus, say, marketing services for dying newspapers.
Huh, yeah, clear difference in demand and growth.
It's about finding that motivated group with the means to act. And another angle is solving a pain you've actually had yourself.
Oh, interesting. Gives you an edge.
Yeah, you just get the problem and what the right solution feels like
Yeah.
intuitively.
Okay. So you've sharpened your focus, you're in a great market, you're keeping customers happy. Next step is scaling, right? Making a bigger impact.
And the key there is leverage. Getting more done with less of your own time input.
Simple concept, hard to master.
Totally. Leverage is basically maximizing the return on your time, your effort, especially in knowledge work like marketing.
Yeah, how so?
Well, the difference between a top performer and an average one isn't just like 10% better. It can be 10 times, 100 times better. Exponential.
Wow, so investing in top talent really pays off.
Massively. If you pay them well, you get that discretionary effort. We mentioned that extra spark, the ingenuity that drives huge results.
But leverage isn't just about hiring stars, is it?
No, definitely not. It's also about building systems where other people promote you.
Like who?
Your own team, obviously, if they're enthusiastic. Strategic partners, agencies, affiliates, customer referrals.
Getting others to spread the word.
Exactly. That creates massive leverage. It lets you grow way beyond what you could do yourself, or even just with paid ads. It compounds.
But there's a catch, right?
Always. The product or service has to be genuinely good. Incentives alone won't make people refer a crappy product.
Makes sense. People need to actually believe in it.
Okay, so beyond just working smarter with leverage, there are these specific dimensions you can optimize along to get ahead faster.
What are they?
Speed, how fast you execute. Risk reduction, making your business safer. Cost efficiency, doing things cheaper. And ease, making things simple for customers.
Speed, risk, cost, ease. Got it.
And what's cool is, even winning on just one of those can make you successful.
But if you nail multiple,
Then you often become dominant. Really hard to compete with.
let's dig into ease a bit. What does that really mean in practice?
It's all about hunting down and killing friction points in the customer's journey.
Oh.
Every single interaction.
Yep. Like, are you asking for the same info multiple times? Are your instructions confusing? Any pointless steps, just streamline it. They gave an example of salespeople, right? The ones who take amazing notes and then use them in the next call.
So the customer doesn't have to repeat themselves.
Exactly. That tiny thing makes the experience so much smoother, less frustrating, builds loyalty.
And that kind of relentless focus on making things better, that ties into the whole continuous improvement idea, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And having a long-term view.
Absolutely. There's this powerful idea that an insatiable desire to improve can actually beat advantages like connections or money or even raw intelligence over time.
Just never being satisfied, always tweaking, always getting better.
Yeah, and it reminds me of that Charlie Munger quote about compounding,
Oh, yeah.
about how the first rule of compounding is to never interrupt it unnecessarily.
So in business, that means consistent effort, sticking with it, avoiding shiny objects. Precisely. Steady, focused effort on the things that matter, day in, day out. It's a marathon, sure, but those small gains compound into something huge. Especially early on, when you might not have much leverage yet. You need high volume, high reps, just to build the skill that then creates the leverage later.
Right. Okay, shifting gears slightly, it's probably useful to touch on different business models and how wealth actually gets created.
Yeah, good point. Businesses generally get valued based on, like, a multiple of their yearly revenue or profit.
And the type of business you choose, the opportunity vehicle, matters a lot for how much wealth you can potentially build.
Definitely. The sources mention this sort of wealth alchemy equation. It involves acquiring customers, knowing their average annual value, and then applying the industry's typical enterprise value multiple.
So how much investors are willing to pay for each dollar of profit, basically, based on growth and risk.
Exactly. That equation is fundamental to valuation and ultimately owner wealth.
And for building really significant wealth, they laid out 4 main paths.
1, start and scale a business that can scale massively. 2, use other people's money, like in real estate or private equity.
Okay.
3, become a truly top-tier investor yourself. Or 4, create valuable intellectual property patents, books, software that generates income.
Gotcha. 4 different routes.
And obviously, each one has its own risks and rewards.
Yeah.
Picking the vehicle that fits you, your goals, your tolerance for risk, your skills, that's key.
Okay, super practical question now. How do you actually figure out what needs improving or what customers really want?
Huh. The answer, according to Paul Graham's advice in the sources, is almost laughably simple.
Don't tell me. Talk to them.
Bingo. Just talk to your customers. Engage directly.
It keeps coming back to that, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
it really does.
Yeah.
There was a great story about a software company. They built something for gyms initially,
Yeah.
but by actually listening to feedback, they realized it was a much better fit for marketing agencies. Pivoted and found way more success.
Wow. So your initial idea isn't always the best one. You got to be open.
Totally. And it's not just conversations. It's looking at your data, too.
Like website analytics.
Yeah, or webinar stats. Where are people dropping off? What content gets the most engagement? Those clues tell you what's working and what's not.
They mentioned fixing just the first 5 minutes of a webinar.
And seeing a big jump in close rates. That's what they call a permanent lift.
Ah, like a one-time change that keeps paying off.
Exactly. Or like A/B testing a headline. You put in the effort once to find the winner, and then it works better forever. It's about finding those high-leverage tweaks.
Of course, none of this happens in a vacuum. You need a good team, a strong culture.
Fundamental. Absolutely fundamental. It's about consciously choosing who you surround yourself with. People who are skilled, yes, but also aligned with your values. Personally, too, actually.
How so?
Well, the sources point out this high correlation between your close relationships and just general happiness, your well-being.
Makes sense.
And there was even this slightly unusual tip for hiring senior people.
Go on.
Try to get a sense of whether their spouse or partner is supportive of the move.
Really? Why?
The idea is that a stable, supportive home life often translates to more focus and commitment at work. It's an interesting, if maybe slightly controversial thought.
Huh. Okay. And motivating the team you do have.
Performance bonuses on top of base pay seem effective. Rewards results directly without making people feel insecure about their core income.
Right. And then there was that counterintuitive advice, fire when things are good.
Yeah, sounds harsh, right? But the logic is about preventing bloat.
Keeping things lean and mean.
Exactly. Pruning inefficient parts or roles before they become a drag on the whole system while you still have the resources and clarity to do it easily. It's proactive optimization of your people.
Keeps the organization agile. Makes sense. Okay, let's talk communication. Getting your message across, closing deals.
Yeah, critical skills.
Mm-hmm.
And the big theme here seems to be keep it simple.
Clear, simple language.
Definitely. Use analogies people can relate to. The advice was basically try explaining it so a third grader could get it.
Huh. That really forces clarity, cuts through jargon.
Totally. And when you're actually putting content out there or in sales chats, this proof, promise, plan structure works really well.
Break that down.
Show you've done it before, proof. Say what results you'll deliver, promise. And lay out the steps to get there, plan. Builds confidence.
Simple but effective. They even mentioned using memes.
Yeah, apparently for re-engaging people in sales follow-ups. Can cut through the noise, get a laugh, maybe get a response when formal stuff fails.
Interesting. And what about objections? Deals dying.
The insight there was that deals often die in the details. But the stated objection about some minor detail, or money, or needing more time, isn't always the real reason.
What is then?
Often it's deeper stuff. They just prefer something else, they don't fully see the value, or they're just scared of making a decision, avoiding the commitment.
So you have to dig past the surface objection.
Right. Address the underlying fear or uncertainty about value. Don't just get stuck arguing about tiny details.
And like anything, sales gets better with practice.
Oh, massively. It's a skill. Volume, reps, learning from mistakes. That's how you improve. There's no substitute for just doing it.
Okay, so you've made the sale. High five. But the job's not done.
Not even close. What happens next, onboarding, customer success, is arguably just as important, if not more so, for keeping those customers.
Keeping them happy, keeping them paying.
Exactly. The sources really hammer the importance of a great onboarding process for retention and satisfaction.
And they criticize the common approach.
Yeah, those generic one-to-many onboarding calls where they talk about the company history for 20 minutes and it has nothing to do with the customer's actual goals. Big no-no.
So what's the alternative?
Personalized, ideally one-on-one onboarding. Set clear expectations. Align their goals with the specific actions they need to take in your product to achieve them.
Make it about them fast.
Yes. And proactively reach out early. Understand their specific pains. Make sure they get that first win experience value quickly.
And you need to track things.
Absolutely. Keep an eye on engagement metrics. Are they using the product? Showing up for calls?
Yeah.
Participating in the community? Low engagement is a huge red flag for churn risk.
And there was a tactic for the success team.
Yeah, offer the customer success manager's commission for saving customers who are flagged as at risk. Directly aligns their incentives with keeping customers happy and sticking around. Pretty smart.
Okay, nearly there. One last crucial area, especially as you grow: redundancy, risk mitigation.
Yeah, this might not seem urgent when you're small, but it becomes vital. Basically, having backups,
Backups for what?
critical areas,
Yeah.
marketing channels, what if your main one dies, sales processes, key people leaving, product development, payment processors.
Avoiding those key person or key vendor risks, where if one thing breaks, the whole business grinds to a halt.
Exactly. It can feel like waste, having backups, duplication.
Like unnecessary cost.
But it's not waste, it's insurance. Essential insurance for staying in business long term.
They told a story about a payment processor.
Yeah, basically holding a business hostage because they were the only option. Stark reminder of why you need alternatives, redundancy, even if it costs a bit more upfront.
So building a truly resilient business means thinking ahead about what could go wrong.
And having plans B, C, and D ready. That redundancy is the safety net that lets you survive the inevitable bumps in the road.
Wow. Okay. So, pulling all this together, achieving real business success and growth, it's not about some magic bullet, is it?
Not at all. It's a mix. Strategic focus, like we talked about, deeply understanding and valuing your customers.
Leveraging your resources effectively: time, talent, technology.
And just having that relentless commitment to getting better, constantly improving across the board.
And these aren't just theories, right? These are practical insights from people who've been in the trenches.
Exactly. Drawn from real-world experience, proven strategies. If you focus on these fundamentals, you can cut through that noise we mentioned at the start and build something much more solid, more resilient, more successful.
So, for you listening, as you think about everything we've covered, what's the one thing that really jumped out? What feels most relevant to where you are right now?
Yeah, which takeaway resonates the most? And maybe what's one concrete step you could actually take, maybe this week, to start putting that idea into practice?
Which leads us to a final thought to chew on.
Given all these potential levers for growth we've discussed, focus, market, leverage, ease, all of it, which single lever are you going to pull first?
And, crucially, what are you going to eliminate to make the space, the focus for that priority? It's about making those choices.
Taking decisive action.
Well, thank you for taking this deep dive with us today. We really hope these insights give you some valuable clarity and maybe a renewed sense of direction for your own ventures.